Alright, so I have been practicing. I have been practicing to draw last night. If it's difficult to tell, this is supposed to be a purse. This is a slipper. This is a ball, and this is another slipper I tried to recreate. I will be watching a couple videos on like perspective and other stuff like that because I want to be able to, I guess, draw still life. So right now I'll be sketching to the best of my ability an object in front of me. I'm not sure if you'd be able to guess what it is that I'm trying to draw. When I was younger, I used to be really into, I really liked looking at black and white photography and black and white hyper realistic or realistic drawings. And I've been told, well, I haven't been told, but I've read somewhere online that hyper realism is sort of like, it's one of those really easy things. Like if you could draw hyper realistic, then you only know how to do like things that are very easy. I was confused because it always it was very, it's like how so? Because all the time I've seen like the cartoons, like the drawings that are cartoons, they looked really easy to draw. But perhaps the reason why is because, especially when it comes to things like still life, where you could just look at something and, well, you you sort of like just draw what you see. Maybe it's a lot easier to recreate an art or something that you can see in front of you as realistically or as accurately as possible, given you know the tools, than it is to sort of like try to simplify said object while making it, well, what would the word be? Like people would be able, recognizable, to recognizably make a cartoon like drawing or an abstract drawing. So perhaps that's the reason why some people believe that um, realism is the easier option. I, as you can see, I'm not extremely good at this. I did, after a really long time, only started sketching last night. And when I started sketching, well, these were the things that I did last night. Someone told me that it wasn't horrible for a beginner. I wasn't really the type, the person that was known for drawing. I was really known for, I guess, reading a lot. So art wasn't something I was looking towards. Okay, so if you could read what it says, the bottle, it says olive oil. So I'm currently looking at a bottle of olive oil, and I'm not sure on how to shade it because, well, the bottle is pretty on the clear side. I feel like I might need color to be able to shade it properly, but I'll I'll give it a try. But I have been meaning to watch a couple YouTube videos so that, well, I could increase my skills. When I first started drawing last night, I was drawing shoes and the purse. It was quite fun. I really enjoyed it, and I hope I could get better at it. because this is really enjoyable. I believe I could, instead of perhaps using my phone all the time, watching videos, I could, you know, draw. One thing I really like, one thing I noticed when it comes to watching videos, especially on YouTube, is that it's a lot easier and you feel a lot more fulfilled. I don't know if fulfilled would be the right word, but you feel as if you've accomplished something from simply watching a YouTube video that is like more motivational, or it's like it tries to get you to do things, or informational, even if you don't really do anything with that knowledge. You just keep racking it on and on and on, and you feel like you're accomplishing something because you're learning. But then like a week goes by and you have nothing to show for it. Now this is very different from my usual videos. If you watched my previous videos, you'd know that I I simply read certain books. No light or anything, just in the dark. No, I usually read children's books, even though my audience isn't specifically my content isn't specifically for children. I just assumed that it would be safer that way because, well, then more people would be able to enjoy my videos. But I don't read those kinds of books on a regular. I only read them for my videos specifically. And the types of books I do read, I am currently reading War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. So I'll return. I'm going to look for another, let's say, object that I could try to. All right, I have found another object. Since last night, I remembered that in my childhood, I would look at, I would look, I would look at um, the ruffles and the bends and the folds in people's clothing. And I thought that was very, very pretty, and how I sort of wanted to capture it. Maybe not really in an image, but it would have been nice. And ever since I decided last night to sort of, well, focus on my drawing ability, I started viewing the world in a similar way as I had when I was a kid. And yeah, I'll be like, perhaps in the future I'd be able to draw this. Like, I'll look at the women's dresses and how even when they're standing still, you could tell in the fabric that's a certain flow. I want to be able to recreate images with drawing, perhaps in coloring, as if they were a picture. But I'm going to try and make it a habit to draw every day. I don't want to do the thing where one simply keeps reading, well, not reading, but learning um, drawing techniques. But I don't believe I've really been the type to just simply consume without really using it. I haven't really watched any videos yet before I decided to start drawing. So I think I wouldn't be at much risk of that, hopefully. Now the words are really small on this label, so I'll just be writing little X's. Now, before I finish off this video, I will show you the two objects I was trying to recreate. Now you see this and this. And the two objects I was trying to recreate was this body glaze. This was sort of the angle I was viewing it at, however. And this olive oil. And I was viewing it more so head on. I did try to perhaps put some dimension on the bottle, on the glaze, but I believe the olive oil came out better. It's not bad. But, in the future, when I improve, I'll probably see it as bad. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you.